Hi, I'm Katie Ledecky. As an Olympic athlete, you might think staying healthy is easy for me. Truth is, we all face challenges. Keeping the right mindset is how we achieve our best personal performance. At Catholic Health, the same focus on wellness and prevention that I follow every day is the way they think too. That's why I'm teaming up with Catholic Health to help make healthcare even more positive, proactive, and personal for every person across Long Island. Long live you, and long live Long Island.
And we are live in Hempstead, New York on the campus of Hofstra University. On this Memorial Day weekend, it is Game 2 of the Catholic League Championship Series. Number 2 seed Kellenberg going head-to-head with 5th seed St. Dominic after Kellenberg took Game 1 here on Saturday by the final score of 11-4. It is presented by Catholic Health. So glad you could spend part of your Monday afternoon with us here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Lance Meadow with you as we invite you in to the broadcast booth. It was an 11-4 victory for the Firebirds in Game 1 behind Richie Lavaca's massive offensive clinic. He had a pair of home runs, 3 hits, also added a double, drove in 3 runs as Kellenberg was in cruise control. So the defending champs are now 1 win away from repeating. If they are victorious here in Game 2, there will not be a Game 3, which is scheduled for tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern here at Hofstra, as it was quite the showing for Kellenberg, and they're going to be handing it off to Chris Parisi, who actually pitched Game 3 a year ago to close out their 3-game series against Chaminade, so he has had plenty of experience on the big stage. And Ray Kim is going to counter on St. Dominic's end. Right now, we're going to send it off to our PA announcer for the introduction of the lineups for both teams. Here is John Santamaria.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to University Field on the campus of Hofstra University for today's Nassau Suffolk Catholic High School Athletic Association Championship Game Number 2, featuring the Kellenberg Firebirds and the St. Dominic Bayhawks. It is now time to meet the starting lineups for today's game. First, for the Kellenberg Firebirds. Leading off, the center fielder, number 22, Joseph DeStanza. Batting second, the third baseman, number 27, Andrew Noe. Batting third, the first baseman, number 16, Jaden Valdez. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 24, Michael Kono. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 3, Richard Lavaca. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 9, Justin Diaz. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 2, Nicholas Conway. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 13, Anthony Cantara. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 6, Gavin Langner. The starting pitcher for Kellenberg, number 21, Chris Parisi. Head coach of the Firebirds is Pat Miles. The assistant coaches are Doug Chaffee, Derek Fodor, Jamie Loeb, and Matt Prokopowicz. The athletic director is John Feckman. And now the starting lineup for the St. Dominic Bayhawks. Leading off, the second baseman, number 5, Dominic Lucia. Batting second, the right fielder, number 11, Dylan Weinstein. Batting third, the pitcher, number 12, Ray Kim. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 18, Tyler Camastro. Batting Batting fifth, the catcher, number 55, Michael Scary. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 15, Christian Moreno. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 21, Connor Ackerman. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 4, Christos Vangelatos. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 1, Luis Guinares. And playing left field, not in the starting lineup, number 8, Nicholas Vitale. The head coach of the Bayhawks is Joe Fusco. He's assisted by Dylan Icavone, Zach Padano, Steve Lee, and RJ Del Giorno. The athletic director at St. Dominic is Chris Muller. Fans, at this time, we'd like to ask everybody to please rise.
Long live the morning routine. Long live friendly competition. Long live cozy nights at home. And long live healthcare that works with your life. Access to great doctors, simple mobile app, convenient locations across Long Island? Absolutely. You have options, but at Catholic Health, we'd like to remind you to choose you first, because we did too. Long live you, and long live Long Island.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
As all fans.
And we're back here in Hempstead, New York, on the campus of Hofstra University on this Monday afternoon for Game 2 of the Catholic League Championship Series. Certainly remember all that we have lost to have made the ultimate sacrifice to represent our country on this day. And this is a day that is usually synonymous with baseball on the professional realm all the way down to the high school level. And Kellenberg, after taking Game 1, has a chance to win hardware for the second straight year. They are going to be the road team here in Game 2. So let's take you through their starting lineup. And Pat Miles, he has the philosophy, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they have stuck with this starting lineup for quite some time. Joseph DeSands out in center field will lead off. Andrew Noe is the third baseman. He'll bat second. Jaden Valdez manning first. He'll hit third. Michael Cotto cleaning up and playing catcher. Richie Lavaco's at short. He'll hit fifth. Justin Diaz, the designated hitter, follows him in the sixth spot. Nicholas Conway out in right field will bat seventh, followed by Anthony Quintera at second. And Gavin Langner, the left fielder, will round out their starting lineup. And St. Dominic is handing the ball to Ray Kim, who hasn't pitched in some time due to forearm tendonitis. But you see his numbers on the season, 24 innings logged, a whip of 1.29, and he has 46 Ks to 14 walks. This is going to be his 8th appearance and 7th start of the season. He played shortstop in game 1 and came through with a 2-run home run in the 5th. And this afternoon, he is going to look to do the heavy lifting on the mound. 3-0 with a 2.92 ERA this season. And they were utilizing him at second base for the majority of the second half of the season after, as I mentioned, he was nursing an elbow issue. Connor Ackerman also had injuries that he was dealing with. He's going to be the designated hitter today, and we'll get to that a little bit later on in the broadcast. Joe Fusco, the head coach of the Firebirds, making some tweaks to the lineup, not necessarily in terms of personnel, but the order to try to jumpstart their offense as they settled for just 4 runs in game number 1. In the last 3 meetings between these teams, at least when you combine the final 2 regular season games and then game 1 of the championship series, Kellenberg has plated double-digit runs in each of those contests. The only game that was the exception was the 3-2 win in the semis for Kellenberg. So they have been fairly consistent against St. Dominic. And Kellenberg has not utilized as many arms as the Bayhawks over the stretch of this tournament because they haven't played as many games. Game 1 was just the 3rd contest for them. This is the 4th, whereas St. Dominic had to play St. Anthony's twice, knocked off the number 1 seed. They already have played Kellenberg twice, and they beat St. Joseph by the Sea. So you take that into consideration. Joe Fusco and company have had to maneuver around a number of arms, as DeSanza had a pair of singles in each of his first 2 at-bats in game number 1. So he's looking to pick up where he left off, and a ground ball deep in the hole at short. And we have one away thanks to Lou Ganaris, who was playing in the outfield in the last game. He is now at short, so that brings us to the defensive alignment. Nick Vitale is going to play left in place of Ganaris, who moves to short. He will not bat. Chris Vangelatos and Dylan Weinstein round out the outfield, and then the infield left to right, Moreno, Ganaris, Muccia, and Camastro, with Mike Scarry behind home plate. So here is Andrew Noe, third baseman, for Kellenberg. He was 0 for 4 with a walk in game number 1. He struck out twice. He flied out to right twice and drew a walk in the 2nd inning. Noe comes in with a .383 batting average, 31 hits, 16 RBI. He has done a little bit of everything for this team going back to last season when they won the championship series over Chaminade, and it was Noe that had the walk-off single in the bottom of the 8th inning a year ago at this ballpark to lift Kellenberg over Chaminade in game 3. And will he look to repeat his success here in game 2? Unsuccessful there as he swings and misses. And Ray Kim is off to a great start with 2 away. Kim did not pitch against Kellenberg in the regular season, the 3-game series, in which Kellenberg took 2 of 3. But Chris Parisi, who we'll see on the hill for the Firebirds, did pitch against this team during the regular season, the 12-2 victory, which was the finale, and he went 5 strong innings. So he has seen this lineup for St. Dominic previously. Ray Kim cannot say the same thing. He has just seen it as a member of the infield. And here is Jaden Valdez, their lethal hitter. But it was St. Dominic's pitching staff that kept him in check in game number 1, as he was 0 for 3 with a walk. He flied out twice, and he popped out to the pitcher. His walk came in the 4th. Valdez knocking on the door of 400. He's hitting .397 with 25 hits, 7 home runs, 28 RBI. He floats one into right field. Dylan Weinstein is there. It is a 1-2-3 first inning for Ray Kim, who sits down DeSanza, Noe, and Valdez in order as we head to the bottom of the first with no score between Kellenberg and St. Dominic on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey, this is Doc Gooden, and you're watching Varsity Media.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Back here at Hofstra University, University Field, the site of the Catholic League Championship Series between number 2 seed Kellenberg and 5th seed St. Dominic, who is going to be the home team here in Game 2. So let's run you through their order. Dom Muccia, the second baseman, will lead off, followed by Dylan Weinstein out in right field. Ray Kim is on the hill. He'll bat third. Tyler Camastro, the first baseman, cleaning up, followed by the catcher Mike Scarry in the 5th spot. Christian Moreno playing third, batting 6th. Connor Ackman is DHing. He'll hit 7th. In the 8th spot is Chris Vangelatos manning center field. And Lou Ganaris hit short, rounding out their starting 9. And on the mound is Chris Parisi. 36 innings for him on the season with a whip of 1.19, 46 strikeouts to 24 walks. He is 5-3 with a 3.11 ERA. And opponents are only hitting 156 off of Parisi this season. He has been such a reliable arm for Pat Miles. And I mentioned Noe came through as the hero with a walk-off hit in the bottom of the 8th last year at this ballpark. Well, Parisi was on the mound, and he helped secure it as well on the opposite end of the equation against Chaminade. So this is not an overwhelming stage for the right-hander. He's been here before, and he has delivered for this program. Muccia, Weinstein, and Kim due up here in the bottom of the first, and the first pitch to Muccia is popped up into shallow right, and Valdez reaches back to make the grab, one away. Here is the defensive alignment for the Firebirds. Noe, Lavaca, Cantera, and Valdez from left to right in the infield with Cotto behind home plate, and then Langner, DeSanza, and Conway make up the outfield. Weinstein, a .396 hitter on the season. Right now is trying to work the count. He had an RBI double in the 3rd inning of Game 1, followed that up with a base hit in the 5th. So he was 2 for 4. As Parisi paints the outside corner. And the 2-1 pitch, a check swing. They're going to appeal to first. They're going to say he did not go around. So Weinstein ahead of the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Game 3 of the regular season, Parisi gave up no earned runs over his 5 strong frames. He allowed 1 hit. St. Dominic did score 2, but they were both unearned. The problem for him in that game was he walked 6, as Weinstein is going to hustle down the first baseline, but even though the ball got away, Kellenberg was all over it for the out. So here is Ray Kim with nobody on and 2 outs. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. Parisi did strike out 6 in that third regular season matchup, so that helped offset the free passes. But if he can avoid that, he has proven to be very difficult to, forget hit, just get on base, period. And it has been a great journey for him this year, as he started out as the number 2 starter, and then they moved him to the 3rd spot because he was just struggling. Mentally, he wasn't there earlier this season, as Kim fouls it back. So Pat Miles and the coaching staff decided, let's have him be the 3rd starter this year so that he can sit in the dugout and watch the first 2 guys go, get a good read on the lineup, and know their tendencies. And he's got a very analytical mind, so it fell right into place for him. He charted pitches during that time, and he got a good read on the opposition so that when he would take the hill in the 3rd go-around, he had a great scouting report in the back of his pocket. And they made that change during the Holy Trinity series, which was about a month ago, and since then he's been a completely different arm. So this is pitcher against pitcher. Parisi against Kim. And Parisi will go up to about 90 on his fastball. But they have been emphasizing that he needs to use it when it matters most. And Cotto tried to frame that, but it just missed. Parisi looking for a 1-2-3 inning, and he is going to get it. Cotto didn't even wait to frame it. Ray Kim strike a pose. He goes down looking. Back-to-back Ks for Parisi. Another 1-2-3, bottom of the 1st as we move to the 2nd on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Long live the morning routine. Long live friendly competition. Long live cozy nights at home. And long live healthcare that works with your life. Access to great doctors, simple mobile app, convenient locations across Long Island? Absolutely. You have options, but at Catholic Health, we'd like to remind you to choose you first, because we did too. Long live you, and long live Long Island.
Help keep Varsity Media's broadcasts free on YouTube by considering an advertising sponsorship. Our coverage of local games helps local businesses get visibility in the community. To learn more about our sponsorship packages and rates, email ben@varsitymedia.net.
We move to the 2nd inning here in Hempstead, New York. Ray Kim, a 1-2-3 first. He got DeSanza to ground out to short, Nui to strike out, and then Valdez to fly out to right. So the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the number 2 seed, Cotto, Lavaca, and Diaz. Cotto, the sophomore catcher.
Leading off for Kellenberg, catcher number 24, Michael Cotto.
He was 1 for 3 with an RBI and a walk in game number 1. The hit that drove in a run was a triple in the first inning. He also popped out to third and went down swinging in that order with a walk in between. You think about Michael Cotto, who as a freshman was a member of a championship team, and in his first 2 years, he could very well claim 2 trophies. A heck of a start for his career. Cotto batting .311 this season, 23 hits and 27 RBI. He's second on the team in ribbies. He lifts one into shallow right center field, and lining up underneath that to make the catch is Muccia. And we've got 4 up and 4 down for Ray Kim. Richie Lavaca, he had all the headlines in game number 1, his first 2 jacks of the season, and he waited till an ideal moment to deliver. As he now leads the team in batting average, hits, singles, doubles, he's tied for the lead, and runs scored. Having a monster season and put on quite the power display in game number 1 as he had 3 hits, drove in 3 runs, and scored 3 times in his 4 at-bats. And what does he have in store here for an encore performance? As Pat Miles and the coaching staff impressed with what he was able to dig into to lift the team to a Game 1 victory. There's that one, line foul. So no changes in the lineup for Kellenberg. They also continue to wear these yellow jerseys, which has been bringing them a tremendous amount of good luck. They wore these jerseys when they won the title in 2017, and they also had them on in 2025, last year. So Pat Miles is a superstitious man, as well as his team. So they are not about to change the formula here in 2026. Whereas St. Dominic has every reason to spice things up, given they are looking to tie this series. And Lavaca is going to go down swinging as Ray Kim is off to an explosive start with 2 strikeouts in the 5 batters that he has faced. And here is his latest victim as he puts it right over the plate to fool Lavaca. He also got Noe swinging in the first. Justin Diaz, the designated hitter, hitting .241 this season. Seven hits and 5 RBI for him. As Kim falls behind in the count. Diaz was 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 2 walks in game 1. He was also hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. His lone hit, a double in the 2nd. They compiled 10 hits and 11 runs in game number 1. Right now they're looking for hit number 1, and that pitch got away from Kim as Scary had to go high. It was a completely different story in the early innings of game number 1 as Kellenberg took a 1-0 lead. Diaz fouling that back. Their bats were so consistent. The only inning that they did not score a run in game 1 was the 5th, 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 3 in the sixth. But so far, Ray Kim has quieted the bats. He's looking for another 1-2-3 frame, and he is going to get it. Justin Diaz, his third strikeout of the day for Ray Kim. The right-hander feeling it. 6 up, 6 down as he walks back to his dugout in a scoreless affair here, heading to the bottom of the second with Ray Kim and Mike Scarry hooking up on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
We move to the bottom of the second. Chris Parisi back out there for Kellenberg. He is going to face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the Bayhawks. Camastro, Scarry, and Moreno. He had a 1-2-3 first. He got Muccia to pop out to first, and then back-to-back Ks. Weinstein swinging, Kim looking. Camastro coming into this weekend, a 4.03 average that leads the team. 29 hits and 21 RBI. He was 0 for 2 with a walk in game number 1. As he lifts one over the head of Lavaca into left field for a leadoff single, and that is the first connection for either team in this game. So Mike Scarry is going to have a runner to work with. I mentioned off the top that Joe Fusco tweaking his lineup. Scarry in game 1 batted 8th. They moved him up in the lineup to 5th. Camastro went from 5th to 4th. And Ray Kim from 4th to 3rd. So they're looking to get the heart of the order going. Vangelatos was moved down in the order. He batted 2nd in game 1. He's batting 8th here in game 2. The only individuals that stayed in their respective spots was Muccia leading off and Ganaris batting 9th. Everybody else has been either moved up or moved down. This one popped up into foul territory. Coming over from 3rd to make the catch is Noe. And that is the first out in the second.
Number 15, Christian Moreno.
So here is Christian Moreno. He was 2 for 3 in game 1. Batting .254 entering the series. Moreno had a pair of singles in his first 2 at-bats on Saturday. And then he grounded out to 2nd in the 6th. Parisi keeping close tabs on Camastro. Since April 21st, Parisi has thrown 20-plus innings, and he has barely allowed much of anything. Just 3 earned runs, 4 hits, a 1.60 ERA. And he actually took a no-hitter into the last inning against St. Dominic. So he once again has had familiarity with this team and has shown great command as that ball is fouled off. And Parisi is going to be heading to Queens College at the next level. As Parisi once again watching Camastro's actions at first base. Camastro has 4 stolen bases this season. As again, he takes a lead from the bag. And that pitch in the dirt. Michael Cotto does a nice job blocking it, and he makes Camastro think twice about whether or not he wants to head off to second. Cotto trying to frame it on the outside corner, but to no avail. So it'll be a full count coming up here for Moreno, the 6th hitter in the lineup. And that is going to lead to a strikeout as he goes down looking. Moreno, the 3rd K of the day for Parisi, and the 2nd to strike a pose. And you're going to see Parisi leave it for Cotto, who has been working on framing things, and a bit of a delay in the call by the home plate umpire. But Parisi has now struck out 3, and he is not even through the 2nd inning. He's regrouped following the Camastro leadoff single. Ackerman, the designated hitter, batting 7th in the lineup. Swings and misses at that one. Ackerman 0 for 3 with a strikeout in game 1. He flied out, he grounded out, and he went down swinging. Cotto loses sight of it. He's going to make a throw to second, and Lavaca could not get on the bag in time. So Camastro now is in scoring position with 2 outs. Ackerman entering this weekend with a .246 average. And that pitch again low, that bounces into the dirt. And the pitch is foul tipped. As Ackerman trying to stay alive here. The junior who is coming to this university after he finishes his St. Dominic career. Trying to give the Pride a taste of what he can do during his collegiate career, and it's not going to happen here. Parisi gets him swinging, back-to-back Ks, his 4th through 2 frames after the leadoff single by Camastro, a pop-out, and 2 strikeouts. And the rows of zeros continue as we move to the 3rd on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
I'm Katie Ledecky. As an Olympic athlete, you might think staying healthy is easy for me. Truth is, we all face challenges. Keeping the right mindset is how we achieve our best personal performance. At Catholic Health, the same focus on wellness and prevention that I follow every day is the way they think too. That's why I'm teaming up with Catholic Health to help make healthcare even more positive, proactive, and personal for every person across Long Island. Long live you, and long live Long Island.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
Ray Kim has faced the minimum 6 batters, and he has retired all 6 through 2 innings as we move to the 3rd, with Conway, Quintera, and Langner all due up. Conway was 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI in game 1. And the first pitch, a liner into the gap in right center field. That'll drop in for a hit, and Nicholas Conway comes through with the first connection of the day for the Firebirds. As we see Conway getting a beautiful swing going there, and then thinking about maybe heading to second, but St. Dominic's outfield was able to get to the ball quickly to leave it as a base hit. So just as Camastro led off the previous frame, Conway does the same. He has been a different player over the last few weeks after struggling early. He'll be heading to American International as Kim and Camastro play catch. Conway, 5 stolen bases in 7 attempts this season. So you can understand why Kim is giving him something to think about. Quintera batting .322, 19 hits, 19 RBI. He was 0 for 1 with 2 RBI and a run scored in game 1. He laid down a really nice sac bunt that scored a run on a suicide squeeze play. And Conway, a little too over-aggressive, is now going to take a seat as Kim and Camastro pick him off for out number 1, and that cancels out the leadoff single. So let's take another look here as Kim just turned and fired, and Conway was a bit slow getting back to the bag. And that is a huge out. As now Quintera has no one to work with. And the 0-1 pitch gets away. And you think about if Conway was still at first when that happened, now you've got a runner at second under the circumstances. So this is where those little things add up and could very well come back to bite you. A swing and a miss for Quintera. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Quintera, with Langner on deck, the 9th hitter in the lineup. And we'll have a full count as the bottom of the order looking to get things going for the Firebirds. That group was productive in game number 1 and put a lot of strain on the Bayhawks pitching staff, and the breaking ball is in there for a strike. He gets Quintera looking, and Ray Kim has fanned 4 through 2+ thus far. Both pitchers have had excellent location and control in this contest thus far. And you got to give credit to Scary and Cotto behind the plate as Scary frames yet another. Kim has had a strikeout, at least 1 in all 3 innings thus far. As this ball will sail out of University Field. Langner, 1 for 2 with 2 RBI and a walk in game 1. He walked in the second, he doubled in the third, he was hit by a pitch in the fourth, and he grounded out to first in the sixth. And a liner that is going to drop into the gap in right center field. A 2-out single for the 9th hitter in the lineup, the second base hit of the frame. And we'll now go to the top of the order with DeSanza, as Gavin Langner picking up where he left off in game number 1. And boosting that average that was at 265. DeSanza had 3 singles in game number 1. In the first, the second, and the 6th. He solved the St. Dominic riddle and then some, and a high chopper to first. Camastro is going to play catch with Kim, and Ray Kim puts up another 0 on the scoreboard as his defense supports his cause. 4 strikeouts, 3 scoreless innings as we head to the bottom of the 3rd on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey parents, coaches, and players. Ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
Well, I've been working with Varsity Media for, 14 years. When we have video needs, whether that be a game, whether that be a practice, whether it be social media, it's nice to know that somebody understands what we're looking for without asking for it.
We started working with Varsity Media back in 2021, and since then they've been an absolute game changer, putting our event on the map. Varsity Media couldn't be a better partner, and if you're looking to optimize your event, I couldn't recommend them anymore.
It's been great for us. You know, the kids really get excited when they know that Varsity Media is going to be here. Not just what's happening on the football field, but all the excitement that's around it. It really boosted the environment here, and everybody gets really excited for what's going on.
Varsity Media is reliable, professional, and the quality work is fantastic. It's like watching ESPN. The announcers are unreal, really do a great job of speaking to the coaches to get the knowledge of the players, the season, what's going on with the team. There is nothing better than Varsity Media doing a live broadcast.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, Chris Vangelatos, Luke Anaris, and we go to the top of the order. Dom Muccia due up against Chris Parisi, who has been going toe-to-toe with Ray Kim. Parisi gave up a base hit to Camastro to lead off the last inning and then got a pop out and 2 strikeouts. So he's got also 4 Ks on the day. Vangelatos was 0 for 4 with a run scored in game 1. He grounded out twice, struck out, and grounded into a fielder's choice to short. Vangelatos going from number 2 in the order to number 8 today, as Joe Fusco moved Weinstein up. And Ray Kim, who is on the mound and is hitting for himself, homered, seeing if they can get production out of that 2-3 spot and put pressure on Parisi, but Parisi thus far has held his own. So a full count here to the leadoff hitter in the third. And the payoff pitch grounded to short. Lavaca is there. He's going to take his time. And Chris Parisi has now retired the last 4 batters.
Number 1, Luis Gutierrez.
Ganaris 0 for 3 in game 1. Went down looking, popped out, lined out. Breaking ball misses inside. Entered this weekend hitting .348, 23 hits, and 18 RBI. Those are nice numbers for the last batter in your lineup. He grounds one right back to Parisi, who loses his footing and puts the stumble behind him for the toss to first. So nothing can bring down Chris Parisi, even his balance. 2 quick outs for him here in the third, and you're going to see the wrestler knows how to maneuver even on the diamond. As he went to the state tournament and made it to the championship match, fell short. He also practices judo. He is some athlete. And a grounder to Valdez. It's going to be a foot race to the bag. And Jaden is going to take it himself. A 1-2-3 inning for Parisi. Rows of zeros across the board through 3. Off to the 4th we go on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
He's got room to go. Merrill towards the end zone. Lost his lid. Touchdown!
JJ Damo, face on, stay on athlete. Controlling the face-off. That's 3 in a row now.
It has been a pitcher's duel between that man, Ray Kim, and Chris Parisi as we head to the 4th inning here in Hempstead, New York on the campus of Hofstra University. A reminder, you can head to our YouTube page at Varsity Media, hit the subscribe button. You can keep tally of all of our future live broadcasts. No score in Game 2 of the Catholic League Championship Series. Kim has struck out 4 through 3. He's going to face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up, Noe, Valdez, and Cotto. Noe went down swinging in the first. So Kellenberg was held off the board just once in Game 1 of their 6 innings that they got up. Already 3 in which they haven't scored, and Kim locates the outside corner for a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Noe, and he swings and misses. So Kim continues to mix in his pitches effectively, and this is a right-hander that was unable to pitch due to forearm tendonitis. and also was unable to play shortstop, was at second until Saturday. And today, you can barely tell he's had issues. And that's why Joe Fusco always thought if he could get all of his arms back, that this team could become dangerous in the latter part of the season, as they finished 9-9 in league play. But Kim and Ackerman were unavailable during stretches. Now that they're back with Camastro, you feel you have three really strong options, and Ray Kim continues to add Ks to his resume. Number 5 and counting, as he gets Noe swinging for the second time in as many as bats. And utilizes that outside corner with Scary to blow it by Noe. Valdez flied out to right in his first at bat. He'll take a strike. As Valdez rips one, and it goes right off the third base umpire in foul territory. So they're going to check on him to see whether or not he's okay. He's not grimacing. He's not holding his elbow or his arm or his elbow. Everything seems to be in place, and we're going to resume play. Home plate umpire gives him a thumbs up. He says, hey, I'm ready to go. I've got durability. So he can now tell the family about the day he took a line drive from one of the most dangerous Kellenberg hitters off his arm. As Valdez looking to fight his way back into the count. I mentioned earlier, Richie Lavaco leads the team in just about every single category, but Valdez is up there in home runs, RBI, and walks, as well as on base and slugging. Check swing. They're going to appeal to first and say he did not go. Valdez has an on-base percentage of .604, and he's slugging .794. That is how impressive he has been. As Kim looks to retire him for the second time, and Valdez just working this count. This is his 27th appearance of the season. He's been a staple in the lineup. And as good as Valdez has been, he is still 9 hits behind Lavaca, which just goes to tell you the season that Richie is having. Michael Cotto is on deck with nobody on and 1 out here in the 4th. And that pitch misses outside for ball 4. So Valdez is on with a walk. They had 2 singles in the 3rd against Kim, and now they get a free pass. Cotto popped out to second in his first at bat. Came into today hitting .311 with 23 hits and 27 RBI. He is right behind Valdez in runs driven in, as Valdez has 28, Cotto's got 27. The heart of the Kellenberg lineup. Look at the break open, a scoreless affair here in the 4th. And Cotto finds the hole between first and second. The slow roller inches its way into right field. And now 2 on with 1 out for the number 2 seed. Putting the pressure on Ray Kim and Richie Lavaca. who St. Dominic had trouble keeping in check in game one, is going to look to do more damage. He went down swinging in the second. One of 5 Ks for Kim. We've been talking about the impressive numbers for Valdez and Lavaca, and it's amazing that Adelphi is going to get both players. As both are seniors and taking their game to the next level. As he sends one into right field. Weinstein is there to make the catch, and everybody else is going to hold up at their respective bases, out number 2. So that means Justin Diaz will now have 2 on with 2 out. He went down looking in the second. We have not seen either team threaten in this game until really this point. But Kim getting Lavaco to go 0-2 on the afternoon thus far. And Diaz not swinging at that one, that's low and inside. Conway is on deck if Diaz can get aboard. He's looking for his 8th hit of the season. Kim has lived up to his numbers so far. He had 46 Ks to 14 walks coming in. He has only given up 1 free base as Diaz pulled back, nearly scraped him. A 5-1 tally for Kim today, with 5 Ks and 1 walk. Trying to do everything in his power to wiggle out of this jam and keep this game scoreless. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that is going to miss. So Diaz comfortably working the count. As Kellenberg attempting to load the bases. Conway, who's on deck, he led off the 3rd inning with a base hit. And a chopper towards Kim, who grabs it and then shuffles it over to Camastro for the out to leave 2 stranded for Kellenberg. Ray Kim helping his own cause from the hill and keeping this a scoreless contest between Kellenberg and St. Dominic as we go to the bottom of the 4th here in Hempstead.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
You've seen the dedication, the long hours, the early mornings, the sacrifice. You know your athlete has what it takes, but how do you make sure the right people see it? The recruiting process isn't easy. Coaches are flooded with highlights, but how do you stand out in the crowd? At Varsity Media, we specialize in creating game-changing ISO videos, high-definition, athlete-focused footage that highlights exactly what college recruiters want to see. With our up-close ISO video, we capture your athlete's key moments. No more wide angles showing other players. This is just your athlete's pure, raw talent. This is more than a video. This is the opportunity your athlete deserves. Give your athlete the edge they need. Make the right impression with Varsity Media's ISO video service. The future starts now.
Chris Parisi back on the hill here in the bottom of the 4th. He has surrendered just one hit through the first 3 innings. That was Tyler Camastro's leadoff single in the second. But he left him stranded at second base after getting a pop out and back-to-back Ks. It'll be Weinstein, Kim, and Camastro due up here in the frame. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Weinstein and Kim, struck out in the first inning. And then, as I mentioned, Camastro had the base hit. Both pitchers have been supported by very strong defense, specifically in the infield. We've seen Lavaca make plays at short, Valdez doing his typical job at first. And you can say the same thing about Camastro manning first for St. Dominic. A ground ball to third. Noe is there. The high throw sails over the diamond for out number 1.
Pitcher number 12, Ray Kim.
Kim went down looking in the first. A .265 hitter coming into this weekend. The junior heading to Rhode Island. And a check swing. Did he go? They're going to say he did. So that is a strike. And Parisi not messing around, jumping ahead of the count here. And the 0-2 pitch, grounded foul. Kim accounted for 3 of his team's 4 runs in game number 1 as he played shortstop. And he is looking to support his own cause here in the box with pitcher against pitcher. And the 1-2 pitch fouled back again. Kim is right behind Weinstein with 8 home runs this season. Weinstein has 9. They've provided a 1-2 punch, and Parisi just misses. And the Firebirds faithful not pleased with that call. Felt it was in. So the at-bat will resume here. The 2-2 pitch and a high chopper to third. Noe again, off the bounce. Valdez stretches out for out number 2. Jaden Valdez with a gymnastics display. From the hot corner, he receives it and executes this one to perfection. As you're going to see, Noe bouncing it right in front of the bag, and Valdez did a spectacular job keeping his back foot on the base while securing it in his glove. And that's what I mean with the defensive flashes of leather supporting both pitchers. Here is Camastro, the lone St. Dominic player to get on base. Parisi has stayed away from what he did in his last outing against St. Dominic when he walked 6. No free passes in this one. He is retired 8 in a row since Camastro's single. And you can make it 9 in a row. Cotto is just going to throw to first to play safe. Chris Parisi, 5 Ks through 4 scoreless innings. And it is still rows of zeros here in Hempstead on the Varsity Media Sports Network, thanks to the right-hander, Chris Parisi.
Hey parents, coaches, and players. Ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
Well, I've been working with Varsity Media for, 14 years. When we have video needs, whether that be a game, whether that be a practice, whether it be social media, it's nice to know that somebody understands what we're looking for without asking for it.
We started working with Varsity Media back in 2021, and since then they've been an absolute game changer, putting our event on the map. Varsity Media couldn't be a better partner, and if you're looking to optimize your event, I couldn't recommend them anymore.
It's been great for us. You know, the kids really get excited when they know that Varsity Media is going to be here. Not just what's happening on the football field, but all the excitement that's around it. It really boosted the environment here, and everybody gets really excited for what's going on.
Varsity Media is reliable, professional, and their quality work is fantastic. It's like watching ESPN. The announcers are unreal, really do a great job of speaking to the coaches to get the knowledge of the players, the season, what's going on with the team. There is nothing better than Varsity Media doing a live broadcast.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Ray Kim back on the mound here as we start the top of the 5th inning. No score between Kellenberg, the number 2 seed, and St. Dominic, the 5th seed. They have combined for 4 hits, all singles. And due up this inning is the 7th, 8th, and 9th hitters for the Firebirds, Conway, Quintera, and Langner. Conway has one of those 3 singles for Kellenberg. He led off the 3rd with a base hit, but then was caught stealing off the bag at first as he was picked off by Ray Kim. So Conway now trying to do exactly what he did in the 3rd, lead off the inning with a connection to jumpstart his Firebirds offense, and breaking ball that misses on the outside. And the 1-0 pitch fouled back. His game has taken on a completely different pace from game 1, where it lingered with Kellenberg wearing down multiple pitchers for the Bayhawks. But here, Kim and Parisi have essentially had identical lines. The difference being 2 extra hits for the team at bat right now. And Conway watches one sail into the strike zone as he falls behind in the count. He is the man that has been responsible for igniting the bottom of the order since he's turned his bat around, and there is the latest example, dropping one into center field. Nicholas Conway is 2 for 2 with a pair of base hits, and just like he did in the 3rd, he puts the leadoff batter on here in the 5th. Quintero went down looking in the 3rd. He is still looking for his first hit in the series. And you can't think of a better time as he tries to lay down a bunt, and he's fortunate that that sailed so high it went over the netting behind home plate and into the stands. That had danger written all over it. How many times have we seen a batter trying to lay down a sac bunt and can't execute, and it produces an out, which could have very well been costly with already a runner on. They're trying to get Conway over to second. We'll see whether he shows bunt again. He does, then pulls back. Scary fires to first. And this time Conway made sure to jump back on the bag. So Kellenberg looking for a little small ball action here in the 5th with Langner on deck. And again, a bunt right up the first baseline, and that is how you advance a runner, with Quintera making Kim head up the line with him. It results in out number 1, but Conway is now in scoring position with Langner coming up. He had a base hit in the 3rd, but when he got up in that inning, Conway was already picked off, so he had nobody to work with. Now has an opportunity in that 9th spot in the lineup. He's up to 19 hits, looking for his 20th of the season, 17 RBI. And both are in play here, with Conway leading off from second. And the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. As Ray Kim digging deep into his arsenal of pitches to keep this Kellenberg team a bit off balance. The location for Ray Kim has been exceptional. He has handled previous jams in this game with ease, and now he's facing another. As he keeps eyes on Conway at second, the 1-2 pitch, and another strikeout for the right-hander. Ray Kim with 6 Ks on the afternoon, and Langner is the latest. Kellenberg now going to the top of the order with DeSanza. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out twice to short and to first. He had 3 hits in game 1. And DeSanza grounds one to short again, fielded cleanly, and the throw to first by Ganaris is in time to wipe out and leave Conway stranded at second. The leadoff hitter for Kellenberg is 0 for 3, as Ray Kim has been able to silence this lineup. We head to the bottom of the 5th on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey, this is Doc Gooden, and you're watching Varsity Media.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age.
Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong,
and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Bottom of the 5th inning here in Hempstead, New York. Hofstra University, the site of Game 2 of the Catholic League Championship Series. Chris Parisi and Ray Kim have been involved in quite the battle royale on the hill. Just 1 hit for St. Dominic through 4 scoreless innings for the right-hander, who has struck out 5. Kim has sat down 6 via K. As we see Parisi, Cotto, and Noe having a conversation on the mound. And Parisi was on this field in the championship series in Game 3 a year ago. And he helped his team secure the championship with a win over Chaminade. Here, he can end the series a game earlier in Game 2. Scary, Moreno, and Ackerman, the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up. And the first pitch is skied high, deep to right field. Coming all the way over and making the grab is Conway. 1 away here in the 5th.
The third baseman, number 15, Christian Moreno.
And that ball carried off the bat of Scary, but it gave Conway ample time to head over towards the right field line. Moreno went down looking in the second. That was the third strikeout for Parisi. And the first pitch is lined into center field. DeSanza can't make a play, so it falls in for a one-out single. Just the second hit of the day for the Bayhawks as Moreno joins Camastro with singles. Ackerman went down swinging in his first at-bat in the second. Looking to lift that 246 average entering this weekend. He is still looking for his first hit of the series, as he is 0 for 4 between both games. Cotto made sure it did not roll away from him too far to give Moreno any ideas. These teams have combined for 19 hits in game one, just 6 today. And Ackerman will take a strike. That'll even the count here. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike right now. And Parisi gives up a base hit into left field off the bat of Ackerman. Holding up at second is Moreno. It's consecutive singles for the 6th and 7th hitters in the lineup for St. Dominic, and they are now threatening against Parisi. So they had 1 hit through the first 4 innings. They double that tally alone here in the 5th, and Ackerman gets his first connection to the series, and it could not have come at a better time. Vangelatos grounded out to short in the 3rd. He's now looking to bunt, and he'll take a strike. The number 8 hitter entered this weekend with a 265 average. He was hitless in 4 at-bats in game 1, but he is knocking on the door of 20 this season with 18. As Cotto lined up outside to see if Vangelatos would go for it. As you see Cotto again jumping to the outside, but the ball bounces through his legs, so both runners are going to move up in advance. Moreno is now at 3rd, and Ackerman to 2nd. So it took 4 innings, but all of a sudden, St. Dominic is starting to get to Parisi, and we're going to have a meeting of the minds on the hill here, as they want to try to settle down Chris Parisi. The pitching coach for Kellenberg is Derek Fowder. Having a little powwow here with the right-hander as Kellenberg trying to keep this a scoreless game. But this is quite the jam for Parisi and company, as now 2 runners are in scoring position with 1 out. Now the benefit for Parisi is he's facing the bottom of the order with the 8th hitter in the box, followed by number 9, Luke Ganaris. But Ganaris, you look at his average, he's no average 9th hitter. So Vangelatos was thinking about bunting early. Something tells me he's got the green light here to swing now. And Cotto again trying to frame it for a strike. but unsuccessful. First base is open. But the one thing that Parisi has done an excellent job with today, he has not issued a walk. The 3-1 pitch is in the dirt, but they were going to check to see whether or not he went around, and clearly he did not. So that is a walk. 3 straight batters get on, 2 singles and a free pass, and the bases are loaded for Canaris. He is 0 for 4 in this series. 0 for 3 in game 1. He popped out to Parisi in his first at bat in the 3rd. Nowhere to put Canaris. And again, another pitch outside to Cotto. And the St. Dominic crowd starting to get into it, as they are sensing they may be the first to put a run on the board. Canaris takes a strike to even the count. They are testing the right-hander to see whether or not he can locate the strike zone. The 1-1 pitch, and again it sails outside. The Bayhawks threatening here in the 5th with the bases loaded and 1 out. And Cotto hooks up with Parisi for a much-needed strike to even the count. If Parisi could get his 6th K, that would be huge in this spot. So now the pressure falling back on Canaris, down to his last strike. And that just misses. So a payoff pitch coming as the tension rising with every single one of these offerings in a scoreless game. With the bases loaded. The payoff pitch to Canaris, and a liner up the middle into center field. Moreno will come in to score. Ackerman looking to follow. He'll slide in safely. It's a 2-run single from the 9th hitter in the lineup, and St. Dominic has broke open the rows of zeros. They are in front of game 2, 2-0, as Canaris, with that stroke, had time to stare back at the dugout and admire his trip to first, which drives in 2 runs, and he comes through in the clutch with his first hit of the series. So Vangelatos is at second, Canaris is at first. And only 1 out here in the 5th. No runs, 5 strikeouts for Parisi through the first 4 innings, and then the script has changed here in the 5th. Moreno and Ackerman, a pair of singles with 1 out, and then Vangelatos drew the walk to bring up Canaris. We go to the top of the order with Muccia. He hits a ground ball, and Valdez can't make the backhanded stop. Vangelatos is going to round third. He'll slide in, and St. Dominic pads its lead 3-0 as the mishaps continue to pile for Kellenberg. And the 5th-seeded Bayhawks are going to work. You see Valdez was trying to backhand it. It went right underneath his glove, and that gave Vangelatos time to come into score as it rolled all the way into right field and forced Conway to have to hustle upwards. And Dylan Weinstein, who is 0 for 2, now has an opportunity to do even more damage. Weinstein checking his swing, and he went around there, according to the home plate umpire. Norris is at third, as Weinstein takes a strike, and Muccia is at first. And Weinstein grounds one. He finds the hole past Lavaca. Another run comes in to score. It's an RBI single for Dylan Weinstein, and they have put 4 runs on the board here in the 5th. And it has been base hits that have been doing the damage for St. Dominic. Out of the reach of Lavaca into left field. Ganaris, who drove in a pair of runs, comes in to score. And St. Dominic lighting up the scoreboard here in the 5th after they had been silenced for the first 4 frames. And now Ray Kim could further help his cause. He's 0 for 2. He swings and misses there. He went down looking in the first. He grounded out to third in the 4th. St. Dominic has got into the veteran pitcher for Kellenberg, who looked as if he was in cruise control. And that is how quickly a game like this can change, as well as potentially a series. As St. Dominic fighting for its postseason life. Muccia is at third. Weinstein is at first. Parisi loses his footing. Quite an awakening for St. Dominic. As Kim lines one into center field, that is going to fall in for another hit. An RBI connection brings home Muccia. It is 5-0 in favor of the Bayhawks as they are looking to force a decisive Game 3 with quite the offensive showing here in the 5th inning. Put it in front of DeSanza, and Ray Kim gives himself some added insurance. It has been a string of base hits as Camastro is brushed back. He went down swinging in the 4th, a base hit in the 2nd. St. Dominic has batted around here in the 5th. Mike Scarry was the first batter up. He flied out to right. And since then, it has been a completely different story for Parisi. And you think about, from St. Dominic's perspective, at this point, you're seeing the 3rd at bat for the lineup. So you saw Parisi 2 times. You get used to what he has to offer. And the 3rd time around, it has been in favor of the lineup. Camastro skies one high, and that will head into the stands where no one can successfully make a catch, but somebody will still walk away with a souvenir. Still just one out here in the fifth, and Camastro is hit on his left arm and will head to first base to load the bases once again. Weinstein's at third, Kim is at second, Camastro is at third, and Scary will now come up for the second time this inning. I mentioned earlier he flied out to right. It seemed as if that was ages ago. And the breaking ball to Scary lines the inside corner. Oh, 1 pitch, foul tipped. If this score does hold, if you're Joe Fusco, you have Camastro and Ackerman as options for game 3, which certainly puts the Bayhawks in a healthy position. Kellenberg has already utilized its top 2. This Pracio pitched game 1, and here is Parisi today. And another pitch that is grounded foul. At this point, Parisi just try to stop the bleeding and keep this game within striking distance for his offense. An offense that put up 11 runs and 10 hits on Saturday. So they are capable of rallying. And St. Dominic knows no lead is safe in the Catholic League. This is the 6th meeting between these teams as they appeal to third, and he went around. So Mike Scary is going to go down swinging. 2 at-bats in this inning and 2 outs as we see Cotto and the home plate umpire checking in at third. So that brings up Christian Moreno, and here is yet another look. Moreno, a base hit earlier this frame, came in to score on the Ganaris single. Kellenberg took 2 of 3 in the regular season and then beat them in the earlier game in this tournament to continue into the winner's bracket 3-2, and then game 1 of the championship series. So they have won 5 of 6, but they have now their backs against the wall here in game 2. Weinstein, Kim, and Camastro filling up the bases. And the 0-2 pitch fouled back into the netting as Moreno stays alive. A .254 hitter coming in, who now has 21 connections on the season. Another 0-2 pitch and a breaking ball that doesn't locate the inside corner. It has been a grind for Chris Parisi in this inning. He's 1 out away, 1 strike away from escaping. As Weinstein dances at third, and yet another ball that is fouled off. So this is some chess match between Parisi and Moreno. It is senior against senior. And a pitch that sails high and inside. So Moreno fighting his way back into the count. And there is nowhere to put the righty. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a full count. Parisi has had trouble locating the strike zone. He has walked just 1 in this inning. That was Vangelatos, the 8th hitter in the lineup. A payoff pitch that is upstairs and inside, so Weinstein will jog home, and it is another insurance run for St. Dominic, 6-0, as the Bayhawks continue to put the pressure on one of the solid arms in the rotation for Kellenberg. And it appears as if we are going to have a pitching change. That is going to do it for Parisi. He was magnificent through the first 4 innings, ran into trouble in the 5th, 4 2/3 for the right-hander in his senior campaign, getting a standing ovation from the faithful for the Firebirds, as we'll step aside on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey, this is Doc Gooden, and you're watching Varsity Media.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age.
Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong,
and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
The new pitcher on the hill is Daniel Tyrell. Senior right-hander, so one senior replaces the other. And he comes in with the bases loaded and 2 out. So not an easy situation for him. He has logged 5 1/3 innings this season. He's got a 9.19 ERA and a 2.63 whip. Five strikeouts to 4 walks. And Connor Ackerman is the first batter that he will face, who had one of many singles in this inning to help make it a 6-0 contest. Tyrell with the off-speed pitch that misses inside. It's amazing how Parisi limited St. Dom's to just one single through the first 4 innings. And they have multiplied that by 6. And Tyrell having trouble finding the strike zone. And as I mentioned, the numbers 5 1/3 innings. This is not somebody that Pat Miles has turned to very often this season. Now, part of this could be strategy. He doesn't want to utilize another arm, sensing there could be a Game 3 on Tuesday morning. You have to at least take that into consideration if you're Kellenberg. Coming into this game, you say to yourself, okay, all hands on deck. We want to close out the series, but when the opposition puts 6 runs on the board in 1 inning, sometimes you have to shift gears to a different philosophy, and that's what very well could be in play here. As Ackerman swings and misses at that one. Kim, Camastro, and Moreno are all on base. As Ackerman fouls one off. And actually, Osorio is pinch running right now for Kim. He's at third. But Camastro and Moreno are still on the base paths. And a breaking ball that misses to force in Osorio, and it is now 7-0 St. Dominic. Consecutive bases-loaded walks between Parisi and Tyrell to Moreno and Ackerman, respectively. And that is the one facet that could turn this game upside down. Vangelatos now up. He drew a walk earlier in this inning. This is the 13th batter of the 5th inning. Vangelatos mistimes his swing. Now, to put things in perspective, Parisi only faced 13 batters through the first 4 innings. Sometimes the math tells the whole story. And 1 inning alone has altered the trajectory of this game as Vangelatos down to his final strike. Camastro at third, Moreno at second, Ackerman at first. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Tyrell ends the inning after 13 batters get up for the home team. St. Dominic, the 5th seed, building a 7-run cushion in this inning alone as we move to the 6th on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Long live the morning routine. Long live friendly competition. Long live cozy nights at home. And long live healthcare that works with your life. Access to great doctors, simple mobile app, convenient locations across Long Island? Absolutely. You have options, but at Catholic Health, we'd like to remind you to choose you first, because we did too. Long live you, and long live Long Island.
keep Varsity Media's broadcasts free on YouTube by considering an advertising sponsorship. Our coverage of local games helps local businesses get visibility in the community. To learn more about our sponsorship packages and rates, email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Ray Kim, who helped his own cause in the bottom of the fifth, as his team put 7 runs on the board. We were scoreless through 4.5. We'll now head back to the mound. And due up here is Noe, Valdez, and Cotto. Noe 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Kim has fanned 6 in his outing thus far, as Noe bounces that one into foul territory. The hero of last year's championship series in this ballpark, he walked off with a connection deep to right. And that base hit brought home Gavin Langner's brother Ryan and lifted Kellenberg over Chaminade in Game 3. Can he ignite a rally here in the 6th? Kim has limited the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to just 1 connection in this game. Cotto with a base hit. That's it. The rest of the production has come from the 7th, 8th, and 9th hitters in the lineup. And that breaking ball just misses outside. Timing is everything in baseball, and health plays a big role, and Ray Kim is back to full form, and we're seeing it today. Man that had dealt with forearm tendonitis, had to move from short to second as a result. They didn't want his arm to overdo it. And now he's back at his normal position on days where he doesn't pitch, and bringing his A game today as he gets Noe to swing and miss for the 3rd time today. His 7th strikeout overall, and you can see the determination on the face of the right-hander. Ray Kim dialing it up and getting it past Noe for out number 1. And quickly goes to work against Valdez. Kim has only walked 1 in this game. That was Valdez back in the 4th. He has scattered 4 singles and wiped out 1 of them by picking off Conway, who led off the 3rd. And this pitch is hammered into the gap in left center field, and that is going to drop in for a 1-out connection, and Valdez will slide in at second for a 2-bagger. So a runner in scoring position for Kellenberg here in the 6th, as their offense showing some signs of life, and it comes from one of their most dangerous hitters. He saw an opportunity, and he was able to get in at second base to give Cotto something to work with in scoring position. Cotto had a base hit in the 4th. Lavaca is on deck. He's 0 for 2. Cotto floats one into left center field. Vangelatos makes the catch. 2 away.
Shortstop, number 3, Richard Lavaca.
Lavaca went down swinging in the second, flied out to right in the fourth. He homered twice in game one on Saturday. Sandwich that around a double. And the first pitch to him is skied high into right center field. Vangelatos is going to be called off by Weinstein, who comes in to make the grab. And Ray Kim works his magic around the double by Valdez with a K and 2 flyouts. As we move to the bottom of the sixth, it's St. Dominic 7, Kellenberg nothing on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports. Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports.
Bottom of the sixth inning here in Hempstead, New York, game 2 of the Catholic League Championship Series. And it is Daniel Tyrell back on the mound for his first full inning as he came in with 2 outs in the fifth and the bases loaded. He walked in a run and then got Vangelato swinging. So the 9th hitter in the lineup, Lou Ganaris, who had a base hit in that lengthy 5th inning, will get up for the second straight frame, with Muccia and Weinstein also due up. The Bayhawks with 7 runs on 7 hits. In game number 1, they had 9 connections, as Tyrell brushing back Ganaris, who was looking to build off his first hit of the series after starting 0 for 4, and that one airmailed over the head of Ganaris, who has been walking that tightrope on the inside corner of the plate. And they're going to talk over a little strategy with him. Joe Fusco, the head coach, who also serves as the third base coach. Tyrell missing inside for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Ganaris, and now we go to the top of the order. Muccia hit a ground ball towards first in the previous frame that Valdez was in position to backhand, and then it went right under his glove. And that just added another layer of agony to Kellenberg. As that could have very well did some damage control, and a liner into center field. DeSanza is there to make the catch and will hold Ganaris in place at first. Weinstein had a base hit in that 5th inning and then came in to score on a bases-loaded walk. Prior to that, grounded out to 3rd, went down swinging. So he is looking for his 2nd hit of the day. And the breaking ball gets away from Tyrell, who, once again, coming into this game, only logged 5 1/3 innings. And Weinstein loses his bat, so we're seeing pitchers lose control of their offerings, and batters can't hold on to bats. This is quite the development here in the 6th inning. But St. Dominic right now in position to hold on to a 7-run lead. With 1 on and 1 out. As Weinstein fouls that one off. Weinstein, just a sophomore, who, much like the man catching the ball behind the plate, Cotto, has been so productive in his 2nd year with the program. As Weinstein looks like he needed to change gloves so he could get a better grip on the bat. So perhaps we could blame it on a wardrobe malfunction as to why there was some slippage. And the 0-2 pitch bounces right to Cotto, and Valdez cannot apply the tag in time, with Ganaris hustling back to the bag. Weinstein entered this weekend 2nd on the team in average, 1st in home runs. Also tops in RBI. As he had a little bit of a cushion on Ray Kim. And Weinstein is going to draw a walk. So he is on as the 2nd base runner after Ganaris earned the same fate. And Ray Kim, he had a base hit in that monster 5th. Prior to that, grounded out and went down looking. And the first pitch to Kim bounces into the dirt. St. Dominic, the home team here in game 2, so if we get a 3rd game, they'll switch back, and Kellenberg will be the home squad. And the 1-0 pitch, again, gets away from Tyrell, who has had his ups and downs since taking over for Parisi. Camastro is on deck. And that ball gets away from Cotto, so both base runners will move up, with Ganaris heading to 3rd and Weinstein to 2nd. So 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out here in the 6th. And a Kim base hit could very well drive in a pair. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. He was a few steps off to first base and then backpedaled a little bit. He was in no hurry to swing. We'll see what his approach is here on the 3-1 offering, and there's no doubt about that one missing. And now he heads to first base. So that is 3 walks to load things up here in the 6th. And we're going to have another chat on the hill with Ganaris, Weinstein, and Kim on the base paths. And they are going to make a pitching change as Kellenberg is going to turn to its third different arm of the day. It'll be Carlos Guzman, the junior right-hander, when we return on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Hi, I'm Katie Ledecky. As an Olympic athlete, you might think staying healthy is easy for me. Truth is, we all face challenges. Keeping the right mindset is how we achieve our best personal performance. At Catholic Health, the same focus on wellness and prevention that I follow every day is the way they think too. That's why I'm teaming up with Catholic Health to help make healthcare even more positive, proactive, and personal for every person across Long Island. Long live you, and long live Long Island.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
So the new pitcher on the hill for Kellenberg is Ricardo Guzman. And this once again plays into the Pat Miles philosophy that he's already thinking and looking ahead to a potential Game 3. Given how things drastically turned in the 5th inning of this contest. So he used Tyrell, who only pitched 5 1/3 innings this season. Guzman, his numbers on the season, just 2 1/3 innings. So he has been utilized even less than Tyrell. So that once again fits into the approach here by Pat Miles. This is not a surprising development, as he is not wanting to tap into potential options tomorrow morning for Game 3. And he comes in with the bases loaded, and the first pitch to Camastro is sent into right field. Conway makes the catch and prevents a tag from third and a sacrifice fly, with Ganaris quickly heading back to third. So a great play there by Conway to keep it a 7-0 contest. As that was the second out of the inning. So Guzman now, if he can sit down Mike Scarry, he'll keep this game as is. Scarry had 2 at-bats in the last inning. He flied out to right. He went down swinging. He is 0 for 3 today. A .275 hitter coming in on the weekend with 21 hits, 2 home runs, and 14 RBI. As he lines that one foul. And the junior got a boost in the lineup as a result of Joe Fusco trying to jumpstart this offense, moving from 8th to 5th. And he has no urgency to swing at Guzman's pitches. They have wore down the staff for the Firebirds. They did it with Parisi in the 5th. He left after 4 2/3. He had allowed only 1 hit. And another pitch that misses inside. So the 2 arms that Pat Miles has turned to have combined for 7 2/3 innings leading into today. Not a lot of mileage on either one of them. And Scary is going to have a payoff pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the lefty in the box as the junior seeking his first hit of the day. And the payoff pitch, a swing and a miss. Ricardo Guzman escaping the bases loaded jam with some heat as we move to the 7th inning. It's 7-0 St. Dominic, 3 outs away from tying this series at a game apiece.
Hey parents, coaches, and players. Ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
Well, I've been working with Varsity Media for, 14 years. When we have video needs, whether that be a game, whether that be a practice, whether it be social media, it's nice to know that somebody understands what we're looking for without asking for it.
We started working with Varsity Media back in 2021, and since then they've been an absolute game changer, putting our event on the map. Varsity Media couldn't be a better partner, and if you're looking to optimize your event, I couldn't recommend them anymore.
It's been great for us. You know, the kids really get excited when they know that Varsity Media is going to be here. Not just what's happening on the football field, but all the excitement that's around it. It really boosted the environment here, and everybody gets really excited for what's going on.
Varsity Media is reliable, professional, and their quality work is fantastic. It's like watching ESPN. The announcers are unreal, really do a great job of speaking to the coaches to get the knowledge of the players, the season, what's going on with the team. There is nothing better than Varsity Media doing a live broadcast.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here in Hempstead, New York, top of the 7th inning, Ray Kim working on a complete game, stellar performance as he has kept this Firebirds lineup in check. 5 hits through 6. Due up the 6th, 7th, and 8th hitters, Diaz, Conway, and Quintera. Diaz is 0 for 2. He went down looking in the 2nd. He grounded out to the pitcher in the 4th. Conway is responsible for 2 of the team's 5 hits today. And Quintera is still seeking his first connection. Ray Kim, who showcased his bat in Game 1 with a home run, doing it all with his arm today. And the first pitch paints that outside corner for a strike. Four singles and a double for Kellenberg. Half of the production that they had in Game 1 when they mustered 10 hits. As Diaz lines one right into the glove of Camastro for out number 1. It has been Kim's pitches and the defense behind him. Conway is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. As he sends the first pitch into left field, backing up and making the grab is Nick Vitale. My goodness, loses his hat in the process for an outright robbery. as Conway was looking to go 3 for 3 on the day, and Vitale stretching out like Stretch Armstrong in left field for out number 2. And that is why we have been talking up the defensive support for Ray Kim this afternoon. It is not disappointed by any stretch. Camastro snagging the liner at first, and then Vitale out in left field. So they are down to their final out, Kellenberg, the number 2 seed. Anthony Quintero, the second baseman, hitting out of the 8th spot. And that just misses for a ball. As Kim was looking to race off the field and celebrate with his teammates. He's battled injuries this season. He's fought through that. And an even count with 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the St. Dom's faithful letting him hear it, and he puts an exclamation point on one of the finest outings of his season. Quintero swings and misses. Ray Kim strikes out 8 and scatters 5 hits in a complete game shutout and forces a decisive Game 3 on Tuesday morning here in Hempstead, as the right-hander sheds his glove with authority and now will receive pats and handshakes from his teammates. Kellenberg won the title a year ago in Game 3 over Chaminade. If they are going to defend their title, they're going to have to do the same thing all over again, as they will not be able to play a doubleheader today because there are no lights here at University Field. If you were wondering, well, why don't they just play Game 3 as scheduled, which was in line for a double dip today because of the late start at 3 p.m. Eastern. That will force it into a Tuesday morning affair. As that is going to wrap up our coverage here in Hempstead, New York. The executive producer, Ben Turchin, technical director, Chris Sweeney, camera operators, Pablo Pachucho and Peyton Brophy. I'm Lance Meadows saying so long from Hofstra, where the series is tied at a game apiece, thanks to St. Dominic blanking Kellenberg 7-0 in Game 2 on the Varsity Media Sports